My name is Dieke, and this feminine embodiment practice is designed for those moments when you're struggling to make a decision. When you are maybe battling between what your body is saying, what your mind is saying, and through that process you have lost the clarity and you're struggling to make a choice. Then this practice is going to be perfect, as what we're going to be doing is learning to really tap into the wisdom and the voice and the truth that your body is communicating, separately from what your mind might be thinking about it. Because that's often what happens when we're struggling with making a decision or a choice, when we're in this undecisive space. That means our mind is busy and we're mainly trying to think our way into that decision, while at the same time we're forgetting what our body might be saying, and we might even be trying to run away from the truth that our body is actually trying to show us. And so what you need for this practice is 2 pillows, a pen, and 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to be first explaining how this practice works and how I use it myself, and then I'm going to be guiding you through it. It won't take more than 10 minutes, so it's quite a really efficient and quick and very powerful way to get to the truth of the matter and to get you more clarity on what choice or what decision to make. Okay. 2 pillows. What you're going to be doing is putting them side to side. They don't have to be identical pillows. 2 different pillows is perfectly fine as well. That doesn't really matter. Putting them side to side. And from there, the next step is, what's important is getting clear on what is the choice at hand. So what's important is that you can have sort of 2 options to move in and to have clarity around it. Now, being aware that whatever you write down on the piece of paper matters, and also at the same time, I don't want you to start overthinking it. So you want 2 pieces of paper, and on either piece, you're gonna write the choice, one of the ways to move. Once you have written that down, then what you're gonna be doing is folding that piece of paper and mixing them up so you don't know which one is which, and you have to be honest with yourself on that. So maybe close your eyes, and then you're going to put one of those pieces of paper below one of the pillows and the other one below the other pillow, so that you basically don't know which choice, which part of that decision is where. So your mind really cannot fuck with you in this case because it doesn't know. And then from there, what I do is I take a moment to get out of my head into my body, in the sense of moving my body, making sure I am, sort of sensing and feeling what's here, what's happening. I can be present with myself. Then I take a timer, and for 3 minutes, I'm going to sit on one pillow and I'm going to see what happens to me. Maybe I want to move. Maybe I sense things. Maybe I start noticing my mind is coming up with lots of different things. And I'm just allowing myself to be a witness, and at the same time sort of open this channel where I give permission to my body to move in the way it wants, to feel whatever needs to be felt. And I'm just witnessing and noticing what happens when I sit here. Then after 3 minutes, I come back to the center, I shake it off, let it be, and I move to the other pillow and I see what happens on that pillow. Maybe, again, anything can happen here. This is very, person to person, and also moment to moment, choice by choice. And so it really comes down to learning to listen, to trust and know that your intuition is a true thing. It's a really powerful thing. And embodiment practices in general really work. But then again, here you see what happens, you allow yourself to witness what comes up. Then from there, you come back to the center space. You take a moment to reflect on that and to be like, okay, what embodied experience did I prefer? What embodied experience would I like to have more of in my life? And then from there, you have a look. What piece of paper, what choice is under what pillow? And from there, you might be surprised. It might make sense. And from there, the invitation is just to reflect with that. Sometimes I've noticed that it's a choice where I'm like, yeah, makes sense. And sometimes it really surprises me and I have to take a few moments to really reflect within myself. Like, okay, where was I maybe not so truthful to my body? Or if that's the way I'll move, I might have to do something scary or have to speak up or express my truth, and that feels uncomfortable. But what I found is that in this way, I find the most embodied truth that really comes from my intuition, from my feminine power, and from my body, not from my head. And then I can act accordingly. Okay. From here, we're going to practice that. So make sure that you have the pillows, the pieces of paper, and the pen. 1 bell marks the start, 3 bells marks the end, and I'll guide you through it step by step. And from here, you can just sit down, maybe give yourself a thank you, a namaste, maybe setting that intention for clarity, for truth, for wisdom. And then we're going to begin. And then from here, I want you to start shaking your hands. And we're going to take 3 breaths while we're doing that. Taking an inhale through your nose. And exhale, side out. Breath in. Exhale, side out, maybe with a sound. And one more time. Breath in. Exhale, sigh it out with a sound, maybe a further shake of your body. Amazing. And then lifting your arms up, stretch up. Lengthen up and exhale, letting the arms come down. Then from here, taking a moment to write down the 2 different options of your choice or what you're trying to decide on. 2 different directions to move. So writing those down. And then eventually you're going to end up folding those pieces of paper. So you don't know what's written on it anymore. You can't directly see it. And if you need a little bit more time to write down both of those options, you can always pause the video. And eventually when you have the 2 pieces of paper, the 2 choices folded up, written down, you're going to have to mix them up. And it might be wise to close your eyes so you don't know which one is which, because we really don't want to give our mind the power here. And when you're sure you don't know which one is which, you're going to place one of those pieces of paper under one pillow and the other piece of paper under the other pillow. Beautiful. And then from here, it can be nice to just stretch and move your body a bit. So maybe coming into a little yoga squat, opening the hips. And maybe just stretching out one leg and the other. Maybe coming to stand to stretch out the hips, the legs. Maybe a little shake, a little shimmy of your legs. And also feel free to just intuitively stretch out and to move your body here. Then I like to swing out the arms, the legs, and really think about a combination between shaking and stretching. So you're basically opening and softening the body and getting out of your head, starting to notice and feel more of your body. Maybe a few neck rotations. Rolling out the shoulders. Beautiful. And then we're going to lastly prepare here with an arms overhead, lengthening up. Letting the hands come together, lowering them down through the center line of your body. Sort of centering, grounding the energy. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Once more. Inhale. And exhale. Letting the arms, the hands come down in a prayer. Center line of your body. All the way down. And then from here, you can just namaste yourself. Namaste one pillow, the other. You're going to sit on one of those pillows first. Doesn't really matter which one. And so you're going to sit on there, and we're going to hang out here for 3 minutes. And from here, really, you can close down your eyes and starting to witness what wants to happen. Maybe you want to move. Maybe you're just sitting in stillness. Maybe you're starting to sense or notice sensations or thoughts. Maybe you want to stand up, lie down, but staying connected to the pillow and allowing yourself to just be open and curious, noticing what happens when you sit on this pillow, on this choice, this option. Knowing that there is no necessarily right or wrong way or thing that can happen. Trusting that your body knows that the only thing that you're doing here is opening up to listen. Bring that awareness specifically to the embodied experience that you're having when you're on this pillow, on this choice. this bell marks the end of those 3 minutes. Just coming into namaste. And then from there, coming off the pillow, back to the center. And just taking a moment here to reset by shaking out the arms, the hands, giving your body a little shimmy or shake. Taking a breath in through your nose and sigh it out. And if there's any other way your body just wants to release or let go or shake or move, feel free. Beautiful. And then once again, inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, letting the palms come down through the center line of the body. Centering yourself, centering your energy. Inhale, arms overhead, letting the palms connect and come down. And once more. And then from here, coming to sit onto the other pillow. And for the next 3 minutes, you'll be here, tuning, listening in, being curious about what happens to your embodied experience. So again, could be anything. It might be that you're noticing you just want to be in stillness, that you want to move, that there's things to feel, sensations arising, or that your thoughts are changing. Just being curious, being a witness of what happens and allowing yourself to feel, to embody this choice, this pillow. These 3 bells mark the end. So coming slowly off this second pillow, you can take a namaste. Coming back into the center. And from here, the invitation is to reflect about these 2 embodied experiences that were happening on these 2 different options, 2 different pillows. And then from here, first, before you take the pieces of paper, take a moment to be like, okay, which of these embodied experiences resembles the way that I'd like to feel and live my life the most? Which one is guiding me into a life that is filled with bliss, with fulfillment, with truth, with pleasure, with aliveness? And from there, choose first, and then being curious what happens when you have a look at the 2 different choices, and with your embodied experience versus now maybe what your mind also has to say about that choice. And from there, it might be that it like, yeah, this makes sense. This is already what I was kind of like sensing or feeling. Or it might be different. And in that case, it's always a good thing to just take a moment to reflect and to be like, maybe I wasn't fully listening to my body. And why could that be? Because potentially it will require you to be truthful or to do something that's scary. And your mind might have judgments around that. And so I truly hope that with this exercise, you got a bit more clarity and you start to learn how to truly embrace the wisdom that your body has to offer and the guidance and the truth and the intuition that lives there. Thank you. And if you feel inspired to cultivate more of your feminine wisdom and your feminine intuition and guidance, then check out my free 5-day Feminine Embodied morning routine, where for 5 days I'm going to be sending you a guided practice to do first thing in the morning that supports you in connecting to your body and to your feminine energy and essence first, and to start your day from that space instead of from that space where we tend to go into activation, going, doing, thinking, analyzing, and being logical. And your life will transform when you start to embody your femininity and your feminine essence first, and to let that more masculine side of you support the feminine wisdom that houses within, the wisdom of your body and of your feminine nature. You can find all the information down below in the description, and don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, and let me know how this was if you tried it out, if it gave you the clarity, if there's any questions. I love connecting with you, and I hope to see you in the next one.